Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of How to Make Visual Novels with Dagger. Last time we were talking about adding music and sound effects to our visual novel, but today we're going to be learning about adding voices to our visual novel. It pretty much works the same way as you would add sound effects and music. It's actually very simple, very straightforward. You just have to pay attention to the positioning of the voice lines in your action window at the bottom. And that's really all there is to it. Now, while that's really easy, I guess the only tricky thing moving from here is how does one get voices for their visual novel? What you could do is you go to CVS or Walgreens and get one of them neat little digital audio recorder thingies. Then you could just record and plug it into your computer and there you go. Oh wait, no, you don't want to do that. But if you really wanted to try doing some voices yourself, you could get a affordable studio condenser USB microphone. That's a good way to start if you're new to voice acting or just doing any type of narration kind of thing. But I'm not here to give voice acting lessons. That's not my area of expertise. I'm just here to teach you how to make visual novel-y video games. That's what I'm here to do. So I'm not going to go into huge detail about voice acting or how you clean up your audio and stuff, but I will tell you how you can go about getting voices. So doing it yourself is the one way of negotiating the situation. Now you can go online and find voice acting websites where you can find starvingly hungry talent out there. They're just waiting to get their shot. Starvingly hungry, I like that. Now, BehindTheVoiceActors.com is a really good website to not only figure out who says the pretty words for your favorite animation video game character, but it's also a place where video game, anime, and animation enthusiasts go to make lots of the silly projects that I make. Now, I met a lot of good people on this website and made a lot of confidants and social links. You put up a casting call, then you wait for people to submit, and then when they ask for payment, you just give them good old exposure dollars. Because exposure dollars, you can never be too rich in exposure dollars. Actually, never paid someone in exposure dollars. If you have a big budget project that you're going to make money off of, and you're going to offer your people exposure dollars, then yeah, that's not a good look, man. It's not good. But the only thing I gotta say, it's like if you are gonna do a casting call to get people, you have to make sure that your actors do the job that they signed up for and that they communicate with you quite a bit, because if they don't communicate and they don't get stuff done, then your project doesn't get done, and then other people are waiting for their episode to come out. And then when their episode doesn't come out, you feel really bad, and then you're trying to figure out how to go from there, and it's just not fun. You could have a good actor and actress, but if they don't get the job done, then they just wasted your time. But then you also, if you're going to set up a casting call, you have to make sure that you're going to get this thing done. You have to make sure you get your project done. Because if you don't get it done after people, took their time to audition for you and nothing comes out because you just decided, whatever, then you just wasted their time. See, it's a two-way street of wasting people's time. You don't want them to waste your time, and you don't want to waste their time. So just be aware. Now, let's say for the sake of this video, you're going to record stuff yourself. How are you going to do that? Well, after you get your microphone, you're going to go into your audio recording software, in this case, Audacity, or my Sony Movie Studio 13, because you could record audio in there, and you can save audio recordings. So either of these two are good. So you just make sure all your settings are good, and for the settings, you want to make sure it's mono recording, because mono is good. Make sure MME is selected. Get your audio a nice, crisp quality to it. And then as you're recording, you have to be aware that you can't go too loud, because then your audio will spike and it'll crackle and it won't sound very good. So you have to be very careful of not speaking too loud. But then you can't speak too soft either, because no one can hear you. You got to make sure your audio levels are fine. Got to make sure they're balanced, not too loud, not too soft. But then if you have to go loud, let's say you're going to do some Dragon Ball Z levels of screaming, you're going to want to tone down the input of your mic, because otherwise you'll just be peaking and spiking all over the place. That's just the basic stuff. After you record your one line, and yes, for this to work, you have to make each line its own separate audio file. So be prepared to have a lot of them if you have a lot of speaking in your game. So you export it and make sure it's in a WAV format, because WAV is the best for voice files. Now, why is WAV the best? I don't know. I'm not an audio voice acting expert. I just know it's one of the best for voice samples. So once you get your voice files all set and ready to go, you go to your program, then you go to File, Import Assets, and then Audio Files. And just like last time, you just add the files, it goes to your computer, you find the ones that you want, you select them, then you select the vocal button at the bottom, because that's what they are, they're vocal lines, and then you just add them to the library. Now, as you may or may not have noticed, we're switching it up a little bit. We're going to have Disney Princess Lucina right here, because somebody's been watching a lot of a certain parody where Lucina's been drinking and saying a lot of really bad words. So I figured it would be kind of funny if we try that. Okay, so to add the voice file, you go to your action window at the bottom, add action, then you hit add vocal. So you do that, then you move that to the top of the action window because you want it to be the first thing that plays. Well, first thing that plays being you want it, you always want it above your dialogue paragraph. So this way, it will play the audio file action, but then it will go straight to playing your dialogue phrase action. All right, so you got your audio line in there. Now we'll preview it, and then it'll sound a little something like this.
I'm gonna find you and put a bullet in that inflated head of yours.
So yeah, not too bad, right? It's really easy. Let's say we want 2 lines playing in this same scene. So just like before, you find your line, and then you put it right before the dialogue paragraph. So now we have a second line in the dialogue paragraph. Then we'll just put the other line above that. So now we'll have the first audio line, first dialogue paragraph, second audio line, second dialogue paragraph. So when you play it, it'll be like this.
I'm gonna find you and put a bullet in that inflated head of yours. Think you assholes can stop me?
Yeah, there you go. Okay, now for something funny, let's have Anna here. She's selling something really expensive to Lucina, and Lucina's trying to haggle it, but Anna's not about the haggling. You would think a merchant would like to haggle, but no, Anna just wants all that money. She wants that money. So, Lucina's not happy about that.
Hope you planned on dying here!
So yeah, don't mess with Lucina. Okay, so what have we learned here today? We learned the process of hiring some actors. We learned about paying them in exposure dollars. Don't pay them in exposure dollars, for God's sake. We learned how to add audio to our visual novel. And, most importantly, don't mess with Lucina. I think that's the most important thing to live by. Next time, I think we should have a little more technical lesson of when and when not to add voices. And you know me, I really like talking about the technical stuff and stylized choices. 'Cause that's what visual novels are all about. It's all about what you can use the platform for to enhance the mood of your story and your situations. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like what you've seen and like what you learned, please consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on future lessons. And please consider checking out the Patreon page for this show. I hope you guys have a good time, that you have a good day, and I will see you in the next lesson.